First of all, welcome, bonjour,
One, two, three,
assalamu alaikum.
four.
So, whichever part of Africa, English is spoken, Arabic is spoken, French is spoken, Jumbo is spoken in East Africa, and that's basically the common theme. And then Nangadef spoken the Senegal, that is the another language, and then English. So, I'd like to say welcome, and my name is Nithy. I'm the director for the International Services and Program at Houston Community College, which we host the largest F1 international students across all community colleges in the country. So it is a joy, and we are very honored to serve our students from the African continent. There are about 54 countries with a very diverse background, with diverse experiences, diverse needs, and they take their journey to Houston Community College, and we really want to honor them for making that sacrifice and being with us and shaping their dream in whatever path they are taking. And Kofi, you're one example of them. So this is an important commitment from me. The reason why I say that, about 25 years ago, I was an F1 student here too. I took a similar journey. The journeys may be a little different, but the outcome and the dream is the same. It's pleasantly surprised how did I came into this field. When I was a student, what truly inspired me was to engage on campus. Through that engagement, I encountered friends from around the world. And through that journey, I discovered the common theme, dream. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a social worker. I want to make a difference to my family, to myself, to my community. So it's a huge sacrifice one take leaving home. In that journey, you see three types of students. One type, that'll be one third of them, really know exactly what they want to do. They're focused, they already plan. It's like a precision engineering. Another one third, due to family wealth or family income, they're like, you know what, my parents asked me to go to college. Another one third is like clueless what they want to study. And that's all good. All that is good, you know. So through my own self-discovery, I learned that there are many things you can do as an F1 international student. I don't see that as a challenges. I see that as an opportunity. So look back and reminiscent about your own self journey, where your parents live, where your home is, and the struggles that you see around. Based on that struggles, you say, now what can I do to improve that? So you take this journey and you will across some major hiccups. You might not know whether you're going to get the admission, whether you'll have the finance, whether you'll get the visa. But remember though, all that I see as an opportunity, by overcoming that, you become one person, you become a self-enterprise or a self-entrepreneur, because that's what you're deciding. How are you going to do all this? You have the fear, you're not sure it's going to happen. But I can say, look back for the last 20 years, there are thousands and thousands of students from Africa have reached here. And I can say 95% of them have shaped it and are doing very, very well. Whatever they ended up doing, whether they are engineers or whether they are, IT experts or business owners or restaurant owners, whatever. Remember, the drive that you have inside you is what motivates you. Without that, you can't. So throughout this team, there's one word that comes out not only with any student, with all international students, it's called self-motivation. If you don't have that, you can't make this happen. Because you have to come, you have to go to the embassy. Remember that journey in the consulate, wherever in Gabon, or whether in Cameroon, or whether in Mali, or whether in Senegal, or whether in Kenya. Remember, now you have to call and make an appointment. And the day arrives, the night before, I can say your heart is beating. Remember that journey. And then you arrive, they'll check you, and then right now you're in front of that screen. And your heart beats faster. Within 30 seconds, within a minute, within 2 minutes, visa is approved. Can you just feel it's like, and now you're taking that journey. Remember, you may have everything planned out, but there are hiccups. And that's what you're going to overcome them. Think about overcoming that and taking that into a bigger life and how it's going to shape that small experience you have pushed yourself, you have gathered, and now here you are an F1 student at Houston Community College. Now you're walking through. Now you've been through all that. You've been through, you can complain, you can scream, you can shout, but you're already here. And now you're going to make, and I know with my interactions with all African students, you have this dream. Some of you have this precision dream that you want to make this happen. We want that to happen for you. But sometimes they might not happen the way you want it. There are some hiccups. You didn't attend classes, you take things for granted. All that is common. It's okay. But remember though, the journey only will unfold to you if you put your heart and your mind together, and you will be pleasantly surprised. You are one great example. You made it happen. I'm sure I know quite a number of them. I want to make sure my office, my team shouldn't be the roadblock. But the roadblocks are created by you, not by us. This is what I see many times. Because you see a struggle, you think nobody is going to help you. I can honestly say we are here to help you. Remember, I say this at the orientation. I say that, no, look, nobody speaks perfect English. I don't speak perfect English. Look, you already put your heart here. And we want to make sure all of us have an accent. Sometimes when I travel in Texas, I sometimes understand, do they speak English here? So think about it. So be proud of who you are, and you come here. And I know, Kofi, you can affirm this. If any doors open, I will be there to advocate for you. That's my dream because I enjoy this, my passion. I want you to be successful. When I was traveling across Africa, I saw the great continent, the diversity, the learning, the day-to-day hard work. This is what you bring here, your culture, your values, and most importantly, you shape the dream. That's what we welcome you.
And in your history in this position, what have you noticed gets some international students to lose their self motivation?
You know, as I said, 95% of the students come here, they figure it out. And that's what is called the self-entrepreneurship. You figure it out. You will make it happen because some of you will stay in one house with 10 students. That's beautiful. Learn how to cook, learn how to manage. But as things become comfortable, what happens? You lose that focus, and then you deviate yourself. You don't attend classes. You think nobody's going to catch you. Nobody's going to catch you. Remember, it's a self-accountability, am I right? It's your dream that you are shaping. And then you come and complain nobody's helping you. Absolutely. It's okay. We hear and then, we try. And sometimes I see them and I say, you know what? I'll sit down with them and say, you know what? Let's look back at your own journey. How did you made it here? Look back at your trip to the consulate. Look back at your trips here. And once you sit in the comfort zone, that's what you start losing the focus. And then, you know, that's normal for human being. That's pretty normal. Not we all go through that in our journey. Let me refresh this. Even you are an engineer, you worked very hard, you came out from Stanford or from U of H or from UT Austin. Now you're an engineer and you're really so excited, you pumped up, and then you're working on this year 5, year 6, year 7, you find the job becomes monotonous. Daily routine, you start losing focus. It's pretty common. And that's what you reshape, you realign, you re-energize. And that's what human body is going to look at it. You know, remember also when you're so comfortable, you start eating more, everything is okay. And then what happens? Hey, something happening towards my belly. That's what happens. So, and that's what this all about us is to alignment, re-engineer. So students go out of focus, and that's the support we have. We have a great counseling team. Sometimes you feel so overwhelmed and you don't know where the direction is. And sometimes you lost the financial support. All these are part of our journey. But if you lose that dynamic, that's where you slowly drift away. So I look at it this way. It's like a river, am I right? Sometimes the water flows so beautifully, and then all of a sudden for 6 to 7 months, there is no rain. What happens? The river start wondering, what happened to me? There is no water, nothing happening. Then you feel you're stuck, but that's where you sit down and reflect. When you start reflecting, oh my God, I've done all these things. What happened to me? Is there a place where I can seek support? And HEC provides all kinds of support from counseling, from uh, language tutorial support, math support, you know. And the most important thing is your friends. Do you have friends? Connect with them. Remember, you all came from the same journey, you know. Could be a different country, could be eating different food. Doesn't mean the journey is not the same. The food might be different, the language might be different, but you're still taking the chemistry class, you're still taking the biology class, you're still taking the English class. So that's what it is. You may come with French, but there could be a slang. You know, French spoken in France is different than Gabon, could be different a little bit from Mali, but the common theme, the smile is the power, am I right? That's what it is. That's what it is. This is what I say because of my own personal discovery. And I discovered that, you know, having this journey with you, it makes me feel more motivated to ensure we do not want to be the obstacle. We want to pave the road because you know why? Once you are successful in whatever journey you take, I'm pretty sure you're going to open the door for someone else. You're going to inspire someone else. You're going to inspire your own children one day. So that is the team that we want to be part of. So I truly believe in that adventure. And that's what I said. If any student connect with us and they have a complaint, you can see me working behind the scene to ensure we will pave the path to make sure, let's see where the struggles are, what support we can provide to ensure we can make that happen. And remember, it's your work, it's your dream that we want to be part of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In in a practical sense, when you have students, international students who fall on hard time, what type of aid is available as far as scholarships or other financial aid, and how do they get to be informed about that? Is that on the website, or do they, as you were saying, interact more with people, and that's how the information gets around?
No, Kofi, that's a very important question. And that's the question many international students ask themselves, their parents, their families, you know, their friends, anyone. And we want to be very transparent with this journey. Remember, HEC is a community college system. We are not a 4 year institution. We are based on a community, we serve our community, and our tuitions are very differently calculated, right? So one important example I want to share is if you look at us, we are a public institution, so as University of Houston, it's a public institution, all right? But because of our community college, you do the 2+2, year one, year two, and then year three and year four. So I really want you to look at it from a very tangible sense. If you look at the year one at Houston Community College and year one at University of Houston, there are three direct benefits. One, I'm going to talk about the tuition. Our tuition is about $3,000 a semester, plus minus about $5,000. You know, that's only I'm talking about tuition per year. You take the same tuition per year at University of Houston could be easily between $10,000 to $15,000. So that is your clear saving. There is no discount, nothing. You can see it tangibly. And I've seen many students have came, earned it, and transfer. And then the second one, the most important thing is the classroom size. You can see that when you start at University of Houston on first semester and Houston Community College also on first semester. In Houston Community College, the maximum is 25 students. University of Houston, maximum could be few hundred students. And sometimes you might not even meet the faculty. Sometimes the faculty have to use the binoculars to look at the students where they are. Look at Houston Community College. And that's what some of the self-challenge that, oh, how come my faculty know I didn't attend class? Can you see the third one? If you look at some of all the classrooms, all the services, it's a state of art. So the three direct benefits, and all the faculties are teaching the class, not teaching assistant. If you go to University of Houston or any university level, in the year one, you might find a faculty and a teaching assistant. You won't find that at any community college at Houston Community College system. So can you see the direct benefit? That's one. The second thing is we really encourage international students to engage in the campuses. You know, when you start taking leadership role, you'll be pleasantly surprised. You get stipend for it. Yes, if you're involved with SGA, Student Government Association, you get stipend. Think about that opportunity that you build it yourself, and think about the reward that you get. And we want to hear your voices. And I remember my days, I didn't know this. I got involved. I was a DJ in the radio station. I didn't even know I can be a DJ, but let's explore. I was a student region. I got involved. I was a club press. But you know what I learned? I learned about myself. I discovered I didn't know I can connect with people. I didn't know, despite the language barriers, we learn to connect. We build deep friendship. And the beautiful part, the exchange of food. Oh my God. I didn't know people eat this way. People eat that way. Oh my God. And then we have these small mini festivals. You learn people from around the world. So by that discovery, what do you learn? You learn about self-navigation. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, I got a scholarship. How did you get it? I did well in this class. I applied for that. So can you see the self-discovery? And the third part is our Houston HEC Foundation do offer a scholarship every year. But again, it's a need-based. It's not based on your financial need. It's purely you have to apply among all students. It's based on every student. But for example, over the COVID time, we able to give up to $500 for a sum close to $115,000 we gave away due to the COVID. Remember, when there is a need, I go advocate. So we able to secure $115,000. We gave each student, we can't give the full amount, but we try to help more students up to $500. We never ask anything. Show me your evidence. Except tuition, we paid your car bill, electricity, water, food, grocery, we paid for. As long as you show me the receipts, we gave you. No question asked, because we felt the need was so much, but we wanted to help more students rather than just one student will say, I got a 5,000 bill. We can't afford it, but we try to mitigate that. We try. Even any small amount, up to $500, we awarded. Up to $115,000 was given away to F1 students. We see the needs, we try to advocate. But right now, we were told students from anywhere in the world must have financial needs. But if you look at the bigger picture, I just explained to you how much you are saving on year one, year two, before you move to. If you look at the whole picture, if you look at the concept of investment, can you see the real return of money? That is how I picture it from a community college perspective. So that you earn your 2 years, and if you think this very carefully, and I tell this to a lot of international students, Why do you have to take 12 credits? Why not you take 15 credits? Can you see how you sleep the same, you eat the same? Can you see, if you really look at it from an enterprise, from a business point, you know what? I'm willing to work hard, correct? You already got the self-motivation to come here. If you work hard, what happens? You move better. So rather than taking 12, I take 15 credit hours. Remember, when you're a college kid, I can tell you, you don't sleep at night. So you've tried to, this is what I did. I tried to finish, and you can push up to 18 credits. And yet you can get involved because you got so much of energy. You're all about having fun. This is what I said. Finish early. You can finish your 2 years degree in a year and a half. And you do the same thing. Can you see your financial saving? It's all in you, how you save it. You can't say, you know what, I want scholarship, but you can also create scholarship of your own. Look, if you have 5 of you stay in one place, can you see the housing cost goes down? And then you say, you know what, let's do communal cooking. Africa is known for communal cooking. All in a big bowl. Put your hand and eat. How what a beautiful, that's part of your 4 years of your journey, am I right? So that's what I'm saying. If you look at it from a real enterprise model, the cost of learning is very affordable. But if you don't look at it that way, the cost of learning will be very expensive. From food, transportation, and education. You know what? I want to eat in the refectory or eat in the restaurant when you can cook. This is how I see it. Remember, it's a struggle, but the struggle will pay you long term. At the end of your journey, here's what the discovery is. You learn to appreciate the value of the whole experience, no? This is how I see it. So even you make $1 million or even you make $1,000, you know what? Nothing is going to change me because I appreciated my journey at college. I saved. I looked at it. You know what? Hey, I can stretch $1 a lot. If 5 of us is $5, we can all cook, have a great time. Remember, that's not going to be a permanent experience. That's a collection of your own experience. When you finish college, when you end up going to wherever you go, you learn the same experiment in your new job, in your career, in your marriage, whatever you decide to do. Look how that experience have shaped you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, I'm familiar with this one issue that a few people I know have. They basically they're students who did not finish their degrees and are currently considering re-enrolling to complete their degree. What's the procedure at HCC for those individuals?
So if you out of school for more than a year, all right, more than a year, and you're not in status, HEC will be impossible for you to reapply. Because the reason is not HEC, the reason is USCIS will not entertain that application because you overstayed more than a year. We try our best to get you apply for reinstatement as soon as possible. The reason is, remember though, on the status of an F1, your intent is to go to school full time. What changed? What changed? It's now a year later. Your conviction will be much more harder to convince. So many a times we encourage them to check with an attorney, and the other rule that applies to international students, when you leave the country and you stay in your home for 5 months and beyond, when you come back, that's your history is clear. So you don't have to worry about the 5 month stay. So that's an important immigration guidance we want you to think about. It's very important. But if you overstayed more than a year, it's going to be really hard for you to reapply for reinstatement. And the second thing is, if you're within 1 year, I would really encourage those who are listening to this to meet with my team. Remember, you can connect with my team to the Zoom lobby. If you go to our website, hec.edu/international students, you'll see on the front page itself the Zoom lobby connection. You can connect with us anywhere from around the world. but are not. And some of our team members do speak another language. I know we have French speaking, Farsi speaking, Vietnamese speaking, Spanish speaking. We do not have much more dialect. I don't have anyone who speaks Swahili. I don't have anyone. So far, we don't have anyone who speak Arabic, but we can get our students who speak Arabic to help out. And I know some part of Africa do speak Portuguese, and we can connect with students who speak Portuguese as well. Well, Kofi, I want to understand the dynamic of that. To partner with local nonprofit, the idea is we are an open admission system. Anybody can come and apply. You know, if you're an F1, you go through my office. If you're not an F1, you already been here as a permanent resident or US citizen, or you're on a refugee status, you can apply to us without any problem. And whatever programs you're willing to apply, we are an open admission. I don't think any partnership will create any differences. It's because of the open admission, we open to anyone and everyone. There is CE, there is continuing education, there is workforce, and there is credit side. You can apply to any of these models. If you're already here, if this is your home, you're welcome to apply to HEC. HEC is not going to say, no, we don't like you. No, you apply. Go through the process and you meet the admission standard and you go. If you want a workforce skill set, go for it. But many of our international community wants to go on the 2+2 model because they know that the bachelor's route is the critical part for long-term employment. In the US, the labor law says without a bachelor's degree, you can't get an H1B. You can become a semi-skilled, but you don't come directly through F1. You're at home, you apply for what you call the workers, mostly in the agricultural sector, in the hospitality sector. You come from home, you don't come here and apply.
I see. And there's something that came to mind just about a question I asked earlier. If you know a student is coming, what kind of besides the intangibles such as self motivation and drive, what kind of checklist do you think they should have in mind or at least on paper to make sure that what is humanly whatever they can take care of, they can look at it and say, okay, this is done, the rest is up to God.
Thank you. Thank you for raising that question, Kofi. Remember though, 99% of humanly possible, you're already doing it. You are, because you already put the effort of applying. You already navigated the admission process. All right. You already navigated. Then you take the I-20 and go to the consulate, and you already navigated that. And then you navigated from that, and then you got your plane tickets and you arrive in Houston. And then you go to the CBP, Custom Border Protection, and you go through that. And now you're already out of Houston Airport. You're walking towards your apartment or meeting with your friends. You're making the connection. So you already know the checklist. And then now here's some of the things, you are allowed to enter the country 30 days before the semester starts. And then you enter the country, and then you're having so much fun, you forgot the orientation. I hear this. And then you come and tell me, sir, here's what I can hear. Sir, nobody told me what to do. Really? Kofi, is that true? Nobody told me what to do. That's the challenge. That's the common theme. And the other one is nobody is helping me because I'm an international student. Truly, tell me who saw that crazy guy called Nithy never helped him or her. We are here, but it's an excuse of defense rather than excuse of honesty. Once you remember though, this is a premise I tell students. When you're authentic, the road becomes broadly open to you. When you start deviating from that, nobody's helping me, I'm international. Really? Truly, nobody's helping you? So I have a set of international student ambassador. You can see I engage them and they come and tell me, Nithy, nobody's attending the events I put together. So think about the seesaw challenge we go through every time. Nobody's helping. My office is open 8 to 5. When did you send me an email that I didn't respond? So, and then you miss classes. Oh, nobody told me you cannot attend classes. So these are the common excuse. So when you give excuse, what happens? You frustrate everybody. When did you send an email? Oh, my computer didn't work. Really? So computer didn't work for the whole week or whole month? So think about the whole concept. When you fall in love, you go tell your girlfriend, I'm sorry, my phone didn't work, unable to call you. And see what will be the response. Think about it. So that's what I tell students. Be authentic. Hey, sorry, sir, I made a mistake. No, sir. No, ma'am, my computer didn't work. My electricity went down. I don't have my car. All that is great. But isn't that the same excuse you give when you applied for the US visa at the consulate? No. Think about it. This is what I said. Reflect. Look, we have every systems are in check. If you are sick, absolutely, there are systems in check to help you. We have medical insurance that you paid for, and it's 24/7. So, and you don't communicate with your faculty. That's you come and say, you know what, I'm an international student. Nobody is helping me. No. Remember, as I said, the classroom maximum is 25 students. How can you didn't attend class? 1 day is fine. If you don't attend 3 days, finish. They drop you. And then you tell me the faculty didn't listen to me. Really? Let's be honest though. This is what I said, be authentic. And that's what the discovery is all about. When you don't discover, you slowly go into the comfort zone and then you lose that outcome. But Kofi, based on your own personal data, look at all the students who came from Africa, who have worked hard. Where are they now?
They're doing much better in life.
That's what the reality is. That's the truth. And look, those who mess around, what happens?
They're having challenging lives.
So, look, and here we don't ever think about where you're from. I don't care. My care is about seeing where you came from. It's an opportunity for you to make a difference for yourself and for your own family. And you know what? And many of the friends who are going back from Gabon or from Cameroon or from Mali or Senegal or Morocco, wherever in Africa, they look, oh my God, here's a real model who went through from the humble beginning, wherever they are in Africa. They took the steps and today I know many of them. Those who knows me, hey Nithy, how's it going, man? This is what I want. I don't want anything. Continue your journey. Make the impact. Make the impact to yourself and to the family, because that's what you dreamed about. So any student, remember, even now students, I can come and meet you all anywhere face to face too. I'm open to come and chat. And you know what? I want to be very honest to you all. Here's what the challenges are. I'm not going to stop your hard work. I'm not going to stop your dream. The only person can stop that is you, nobody else. It's one important thing. When my mom told me before she left the world, you can say to the whole world you're hungry, but the only person can fill the tummy is yourself. Nobody else. Not your friend. Hey, I'm hungry. You can't eat for me. You're the only one can make that. You can make the food for me, but I'm the only one have to chew the food and eat it through and really overcome the hunger. And look at it from that metaphor that when I'm hungry, I can share to the world. You will get help, but at the end of the day, you are the one have to eat the lovely food that was shared by your friend or your mom or your spouse or your girlfriend or your boy, whoever they are. You have to pursue that. That's how I see this interaction, and I'm here to be your steward. I'm here to ensure whatever the struggle. Look, I don't work for the US immigration. I don't work for the CIA. I don't work for the State Department or Homeland Security. I work for Houston Community College. I want to see you, wherever you are from Africa, connect with us. I want you to be successful. I'm sure the roads can be bumpy few times, but don't let that bumpiness to stop you. Life without bumpiness makes no beauty. Life without a rain, to see the beautiful rainbow, you need the rain and the sun. So life must happen that way. You cannot be a vertical line, straight line. No. Even you drive, oh my God, there's an accident. You turn, you plan everything. Life, if you plan everything, life will not be happy. Sometimes should be serendipity moment. Oh my God. That's what the beauty is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know you're a busy person, so I'll try to ask.
Kofi, I am busy, but this is a moment to reflect. This is the moment we want students from you. We want students from. Don't let this to be just a social media. Excuse me, conversation. Invite me to any of your community event. I'm there to support you. I want you to know that you have a reliable advocate for you and for your family, for your friends. I want to tell you, here's how HEC works. Here's your journey. If there is an obstacle, I'll be your advocate. Otherwise, you can cruise along.
Thank you, thank you. One more thing I wanted to know is, I know some a few students who have ambitions of postgraduate education. What schools does for those students? What schools does HCC have a great relationship with, to where they can transfer without losing as many credits as they've accumulated at HEC, whether they're going for a graduate program or just transferring to finish their education in a different school?
So that's a 2 plus 2, Kofi. The beautiful part is, any credits you earn from Houston Community College, if you are transferring to any universities within Texas, pretty much 100% transfer. The reason is we are a public institution. Our credits will transfer. But the only difference will be depending on the degree path you are taking, some credits might not apply. Because, for an example, you want to be, you come here, you said you take an AS or Associate of Science or Associate of Arts, and then you want to go into engineering. So you say, you know what, all classes will transfer, but for the engineering, you have to take certain classes at the lower level, which you didn't take. So that's what some people will come back and do a co-enrollment, take the classes at HEC, and then make the deficiency requirement for that particular program. But if you already know that you want to be an engineering major, like civil, mechanical, and you start planning that from the very beginning, then all credits will be 100% transfer to that degree program. But if you're not sure, that's perfectly fine. And then we see many students that come back for the summer and take certain classes to meet the deficiency. And the second thing is HEC do host transfer fairs every semester. Most of the campuses host transfer fair. You can go attend and see whether you can do two things. Hey, I got this associate from Houston Community College. Bring an unofficial transcript. Here's my credits earned. So you can ask them, I'm applying to become a business major, want to apply to engineering major, and they can tell you right away, what, all your class applies. And also then you can ask them, am I eligible for any in-state tuition? They can tell you, if you get a certain GPA, yes, you're automatically eligible for an in-state tuition. Now you're going into a 4-year school, the terms are different. We talk about in district and out of district. They talk about in state, out of state. So you can plan this out, and I know I'll be more than willing to come over to any of your communities and sit down and chat over dinner or lunch. Just sit down and chat, a casual conversation. You don't, this is not rocket science, buddy. These are very simple, but if you don't discover them, you wait till the last minute, that's where things changes. So many a times I tell you, really want to transfer, I would suggest you to start looking from the fall. If you want to transfer the fall after, like for example, fall 2022, 2021, if you want to transfer to fall 2023, you start looking in fall 2022. So that gives you, because some universities have special deadlines. And then, oh yeah, scholarship mostly will come out in spring. Most university scholarship for their 4 years program always comes out in spring, but you want to be in line in fall to figure out what application, what requirements. Sometimes I even tell the student, hey, you're already in Houston, why don't you go visit the campus and see whether it's a good fit for you? You're already here, and then look at the community, look at what can you do to be part of that community. Remember, when you're pursuing your dream, it's always should be a both way, not one way. See, like I said, the more you involve in the campus, the more opportunity you are exposed to. And that will pleasantly surprise you. Meet with faculty, you meet with college presidents, you meet with different people. Oh my God, that student is really good. Let me hire him as my student worker. How that happen? You sit in the room and watching TV. See, the more you expose, the more opportunity you create. People, oh my God, that person is really cool. Probably, you know what? I'm looking into opening a company. I think I'd like to include you. That's what Google was founded. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is look. Think about some of the things. The innovative thinking comes from where? Not because you are just intellectually capable. It's the social design. It's how you came out. Oh my God, that John, that Kofi, my God, I really like to make him in part of my team. And then you open up a small, and then you just grow, correct? So why not happen in college? That's what college is all about. It's what we call the formidable stages of your journey. That's what you challenge. Your peers will laugh at you. That is all fun. At the end of the day, who cares all about? Man, that Kofi always dressed up in yellow. I said, who cares? Correct? That's what the beauty is. When I was in Africa, the biggest musics are coming out from Senegal. They are the biggest sound makers, correct?
Facts. That is true indeed.
So I don't know whether you know the Gise brothers. I met them personally.
Oh, wow.
Yep, they are the sound music. I went and I personally interviewed them. Yeah, the Gise brothers in Senegal, big musicians. Youssou,
Yeah.
another famous singer. He's a Senegalese too. So it's Nangadef, how are you?
Magnifique.
See, when I was in Senegal, I was like, wow, the food, Jebujan.
Yes. Yes, and somebody else who knows the truth.
Jebunebe. Man, I love, look, this is my journey, man. I find great inspiration interacting with students from Africa or Latin America or Europe. You know what? I want to be part of your dream, whatever that's going to be. I can be there for a short journey. We learn, we discover, we shape, and then you move on. Whether you stay here in this country or you move anywhere, you already have this foundation of inspiring yourself. And that is natural. When you inspire yourself, you want to inspire the world, correct? So that's how I see. So my time in Africa, I spent 18 months in Africa, and the countries I've discovered, the people I've interacted, I slept in their house, I slept on the street, the food I ate, I find great inspiration. So when a student come and tell me, I don't know, and that's where I said, I'm really sorry for you. Correct? You should know what was the mistake. Come on, be authentic. Once you be authentic, you'll see the support. And I can tell you from my team and myself, We're not going to stop you. We're not going to call anybody. That's not our job. Say, what happened, man? It's embarrassing. It is challenging for someone to tell you, man, excuse me, you messed up. Doesn't mean anything. That's what life is all about. If you messed up today, doesn't mean you're going to mess up forever in your life. That is what you're going to break through and reflect and say, you know what? Really, man, I met this director. He's really cool. He listened to me. He break it down for me. He told me here's the path. This is what we are here. All my DSOs have a similar dreams and aspiration. We are not here to get you into trouble. We are here to open the door. Whatever the door you plan to pursue is what we hope to do for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. One more thing that I know that a lot of the people I've interacted with aren't familiar with is CPT and OPT. And what exactly is the difference between the two, and what are the requirements?
All right. There are the terms OPT and CPT. OPT is called optional practical training, and the other one is curricular practical training. So for CPT, in the associate program, you have very limited curricular practical training. So for an example, if you're pursuing a bachelor's in engineering, and you are here in an associate degree, and that's the path you're planning to go, and your degree, your associate degree may require you to have an internship, may require you. So I want to use the word may. And the other thing is they said it's mandatory for you to do the internship, then the CPT applies. It's only may require you, the CPT will not apply because they have an alternate class for you. So if it is required part of your graduation, then you come to my office and we will help you to put together a CPT. Basically, you will secure, depending on the requirement of the class, you have to do like 30 hours or 100 hours or 200 hours or whatever the required of the program. And then probably you have to start looking for a company to help you to create that opportunity for you. And again, I want to use the word may or required. This is what is very important because that's the legal term. So if it is required, then the program will say they will provide a letter, you secure the internship, you come to us, and we will give you the CPT on return on your I-20 that allows you to work from this date to this date, because that information is in your CVERS database and on your I-20. That's a CPT requirement, all right? It may or may not. Whereas optional practical training is basically just said you're pursuing an associate degree and you want to get more experience. So it's allowed for you at the associate level, you're allowed to be eligible for 1 year optional practical training, all right? Many students may use that, many students may not use it because they know they want to pursue the bachelor's degree, they go continue on, get their bachelor's in engineering or bachelor's in business, and then they apply for optional practical training. Especially with an associate degree, an OPT may not be a great investment because many of these companies say, you know what, if I hire you now, after your 2 years degree, I can't even help to petition for your H-1B because you don't have a bachelor's degree. So you might limit. But on the other hand, you might also gain the experience. Now you say, you know what, I really wanted to be a civil engineer. Now after doing this internship, you know what, I don't like civil, I like mechanical. So these are some of the exposure. But many companies, when at that level, when they want to create all the paperwork, they prefer someone for a long term. The reason is, look at it. One value that international students bring to anybody is the self-motivation. We know you're hardworking. You know we can rely on you. So based on that theme, when any hiring company, you know what, if I hire Kofi, I know it's a good investment. But then I say, you know what, you only got an associate degree. So think about, you are limiting because you already have that great skill sets. So I wanted to think about it. But also, again, you have to really balance that out well from an associate degree. Remember the question you asked me earlier, the costing of your education. If you already know your path, you already know what you want to pursue that. By taking a year off is a great time, But if you don't gain any experience, now you have to restart again. So at that point, if you're really planning to do any OPT, meet with me, meet with my DSOs, or come to see me. I'll be more than glad to sit down and chat with you, help you to break it down, see where you are at that point of your journey. At that time, your journey will be very different than what you're asking me now. You know, so this is what I want you to think about it. At that point, yeah, probably I better take the LPT. No, I just had a conversation with another student, and she's from Ivory Coast. I said, you know what? Here's what your options are. Weigh that, because if you want to be, she wants to be an entrepreneur, weigh that, and then decide. See whether it's going to be a value financially or the time factor. If time is not that important, go ahead and do the OPT, and then experience it, and then continue back your year 3 and year 4.
Yeah, yeah. And I have there's because of the way, for example, in Gabon where I studied, we had the chance to, for example, get fairly advanced in classes such as mathematics or physics, for example. And the early classes in a community college degree program in those fields, for example, we just repeat some of the classes that we already took in high school. So my question here is, does HCC offer students a way to kind of take a proficiency exam to pass certain class so they don't have to take it for a full semester?
Let me try to help you to understand that. So it's very important for any international student to understand that to get into US colleges, to Houston Community College, you need to complete 12 years of school. It's very important. You could have done great work in the up to 12 years. That will not able to transfer. That is the foundation to year 13 in the college. But I know in some countries, they have 13 years of high school. So that could be like, for an example, the British system in East Africa, they call A levels. O level is 11, year 11, A levels is year 13. So what happens is when you gain that year 13, for an example, here's how it works. So if you completed year 13, you might have finished the math. Here it's a semester by semester. Whereas the British system of the math, it's year 13. The math will be 1 year. So you have done more than what is required. So the balance, one semester of work, you will able to get that credit. But that credit only will apply towards your lower level. So remember, in the 4 years degree, that is lower level, year 1, year 2, and then upper level, year 3, year 4, to earn a bachelor's degree. So that could be applied towards your math. But again, the most important thing, it could be a different math. It could be algebra, could be modern math, whatever the math is. So they will look at it and say, if you met the requirement based on the third party evaluation, you may get that class waived. All right. But again, that's had to go through credit by credit, evaluated, and then submitted to HEC, and that credit will apply. Anything above year 12, that credit will be applicable towards your bachelor's part. So that's officially transferred. Another beauty is if you earn your credit at Houston Community College, any college credit you earn can apply to anywhere around the world because HEC is accredited by the same accrediting agency that accredit all public universities in the state of Texas. So credit earned at Houston Community College is globally applicable. You can go to France, you can go to Gabon, you can go to Cameroon, you can go to any country, and they will evaluate and say, yeah, that math will apply. Or sometimes the syllabus might have some changes, because what happens in many countries, they look at what is the learning outcome for math? Is the outcome is almost the same? That's what applies towards the degree.
And as far as for students in other countries who have achieved some a few, let's say they've got the equivalent of an associate degree in their country but want to finish the last 2 years of college at HCC. How do they proceed to transfer that diploma? How does that happen?
So if you already finish an associate degree, I would not want them to come to Houston Community College. I want them directly. You already earned an associate degree, like a diploma in your home country from an accredited institution in your home country. I would straight away apply to university, ask them to evaluate your diploma or your associate degree, and see whether you're eligible to start your bachelor's program right away. Rather than coming to us, it's a pure waste of resources and your intellectual abilities. Why we want to repeat? We will not, because Houston Community College is an associate degree offering institution. We already earned it. I know in many parts of the world, especially in Africa, it's called polytechnic. It's a 3 years program. We already earned that. I would do is look at the university you're planning to apply, ask them to evaluate your official transcript, and they will tell you, yes, you met all the requirement towards the bachelor's degree. HEC might not be that operation for you at that point. Don't waste time, waste resources. You already earned a diploma that is far more higher than the associate degree. So something for you to pay attention right away. Ask the school, because if just say in Gabon, if your diploma has already been accredited by the government, by the Ministry of Education, that means that diploma can apply to anywhere in the world. So you should able to ensure looking at the bachelor, and some could even look at the master's program as well, depending on how that credit you have earned from your home country applies.
Okay, okay, that's very good information to have. Um, and before this time I'm serious. Before I let you go, uh, as for this is a more general question. If you have a young person in your office right now, whether they're an international student or a U.S. citizen or anybody else, what is and they needed one piece of advice, what word of advice would you have for them, for a young person looking at life and all its possibilities?
Be authentic on your search.
Hmm. Be authentic. Yeah, yeah. That I will definitely keep that and spread the word.
Because that's what you're supposed to be. Because when you're authentic, people like to associate with you because they know when you're authentic, they know you're reliable, they know you're trustworthy, they know I can depend on this person. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So that once you display authenticity, imagine if you are an hiring manager, who do you want to hire?
The authentic person.
There you go. And that's what I constantly say. Don't come and tell me I don't know. I'm an international student. We all know. I'm an international student, was past, present. I said, what happened? Nobody listened to you. When did you reach out to us and nobody listening to you? You know, I have a goal for myself. I try to respond within 24 hours to any emails I get, unless I'm buried. I try. Sometimes I stay late night to respond because I know you put your effort to reach out, correct? I can't afford to delay that. I can tell you I'm sorry, I'm busy, but at least I acknowledge your effort. Same thing with students. Don't say you're a student, nobody values you. Oh my, that's not true. We value you. We believe in you, but we don't upfront come and tell you that. It's in you that you have to put forward persistence. As I said, when you're authentic, you display all these great qualities of life. And who wants you to be around? Everybody. This is what I see. The authentic you are, the journey will open to you in every form and shape. You might face struggles, but that's what keeps you present. to fight for your dream, whatever the dream is going to be. And this is what I truly say: be authentic. Rather than say, you know what, I'm an international student, nobody's helping me. Really? Let's be honest to each other. Who is not helping you? Are you not helping yourself?
Yes, sir.
As I said, be authentic, and you see the discovery. You know. So look. This is what I said. Take a moment to reflect yourself. When you're authentic, what doors has opened for you? When you try to be lying to yourself and you cheat, see what doors opens to you. Because people, look, you are also human. Everybody are human. They all have displayed that quality. And some people tend to be a little bit more cautious to truly, genuinely see who you are. So this is what I said. Whoever you are, the word authentic, the definition is same across any culture, anywhere in any language, you know. And you see, when you display that, you see yourself who comes to you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the words of wisdom. And definitely, I will be inviting you soon. As soon as we get the Tchep pot fired up, we will be inviting you for dinner or lunch soon, sir.
Kofi, anytime, Kofi. As I said to you, I came here similar to those who came before me, and I want to be part of that dream, whatever that's going to be. Whether you did wrong or right does not matter to me. As long you don't harm someone or harm yourself, I'm there with you. You can call me anytime. Hey, Nithy, can you come over here? We want to chat with you. I want to be that person for you, to be the bridge. Remember, the more knowledge you acquire, the more power is in you to go make a difference to one person, to yourself. That's the key. If you don't make that to yourself, you can't make it to anyone in this world. And I want to empower that. That's what Houston Community College is all about. We want to empower you. So I want to be the conduit. I want to be that bridge. Whatever from the international side, I want to be that person for your community, for your family, for your friends, and for your brothers and sisters who are in Africa wants to come here. I want to challenge you. I want to say, by the challenge, here's the opportunity. Let's go pursue it. If you're stuck, reach out to me, call me, and we want to make that happen for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And I hope you have a wonderful day and a great rest of your week.
You as well, Kofi. Thank you again. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.